Welcome. Today, after 2 years of this big project, we are in a position to say to ourselves that let us revisit and consolidate to reevaluate existing state of mathematics, to revive it and Vedic knowledge and Vedic systems of their original glory. The original glory of Vedic systems, Vedic knowledge, Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, and Vedic technologies is parallel with the features and values of transcendental creation. The initiation has been with mundane creations of creators of space, for space, presided by Lord Brahma, creator the supreme. Lord Brahma, creator the supreme, creates mundane creations of four folds, with fourth fold being the transcendental origin. Lord Brahma, creator the supreme, meditates within the cavity of his own heart at the seat of the transcendental Lord, and as a result, with the grace of transcendental Lord Shiv, Lord Brahma multiplies as 10 Brahmas, and as a result, the mundane creation transits and transforms into transcendental creation. They start with the mundane creation and reach at transcendental creation is the whole exercise. Let us visit and consolidate, and let us re-evaluate existing state of Vedic mathematics to revive it to its original glory. This is a big exercise. It is a transcendental assignment. Let us undertake this assignment. And for this assignment, we have to have a visit to the Vedic times when Brahmarishi Vedvyas dictated Vedic enlightenment to Lord Ganesha. And a step ahead in Treta Yuga, Maharshi Valmiki, when had his heart full of compassion for crunchy pear, when the hunter had killed one of them. Brahmarishi Vedvyas dictating to Lord Ganesha, and Maharishi Valmiki hearing the voice of his heart full of compassion. These two features deserve to be visited and revisited, deserve to be imbibed. We, the sadhakas, fulfilled with intensity of urge to revive Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, Vedic technologies to original glory of the order of Vedas, shall have this visit as a visit to acquire proper insight and to attain appropriate enlightenment. This revival for insight and enlightenment is to be initiated with the visit to Brahmarishi Vedvyas dictating enlightenment to Lord Ganesha, and Maharishi Valmiki, hearing the voice of his heart, fulfilled with compassion because of the innocent bird having been hunted by a hunter just for the mundane cause of hunger. Let us sit comfortably. Let us permit our transcending mind to be parallel with these values, these features, these processes, and this way to reach at transcendental value of the mundane existence phenomenon, to transit and transform from fourfold mundane existence of the creator's space to the creative boundary domain of transcendental locus is the whole journey, is the whole pilgrimage, is the whole attainment. The attainment of the sadhkas is only to have transition and transformation from mundane four space domain to creative boundary of the transcendental domain. Lord Brahma, with the grace of Lord Shiv, multiplying as 10 Brahmas, is the whole message, is the whole command, is the only path which is to be followed by us, fulfilled with intensity efforts to revive existing values to their transcendental original glory of the Vedic order. The exercise is to be parallel with Vedic mathematics, science and technology of the order of Veda as four Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Samved and Atharved. Rig Veda of 21 branches, Yajur Veda of 101 branches, Samved of 1000 branches, and Atharved of 9 branches. This Vedic domain is to be further visited as that each Vedic branch is having its distinct Samhita, distinct Brahmana, distinct Aranak, and distinct Upanishad. This makes 4,524 scriptures. Let us have a pause. Let us sit comfortably. Let us put to ourselves as to how many of these scriptures are lively with us and how many have gone dormant and how big responsibility is upon the head and heart of the sadhkas to revive them. Therefore, the visit and consolidation exercise has its foundational urge of revival of the Vedic scriptures, which somehow have not reached us, may it be for historic or for any other reasons. But the fact is that most of the big portion of Vedic literature has not reached us, and there is a need to revive them. It is for this revival that the basic necessity is to revive Vedic mathematics to its original glory, as Vedic mathematics is the foundational values discipline along which, in terms of which, the Vedic knowledge stands organized. Therefore, the only choice with us is to revive Vedic mathematics to its original glory. No doubt, during the last 3 to 4 centuries, some independent efforts have been made and some leads and breakthrough is there. But when we will be having comparison of this reach of the last 3 to 4 centuries in the context of the Vedic glory, then certainly we will be having more intensified urge for revival of the Vedic knowledge of its original glory. This exercise of revival would also take us from Vedas to Upavedas, Ayurveda of Rigved, Dhanurved of Yajurved, Gandharved of Samaved, and Sthapatya Ved of Atharved. Sthapatya Ved as Upaved Atharved is the reservoir of values where Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, Vedic technologies are lively. Therefore, Sadkhas fulfilled with intensity efforts to have a revival of Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, and Vedic technologies have to take shelter of Sthapatya Upaved. From Sthapatya Upaved, we will be reaching at all the Upaveds. As Atharved takes us to Trividya of Rigved, Yajurved, and Samved, so Sthapatya Upaved takes us to the applied values of the pure values of Rigved, Yajurved, and Samved, being Ayurved, Dhanurved, and Gandharved. This exercise is a big exercise. Our ancestors, Adi Valmiki, Ramayana, author, Maharshi Valmiki, and Brahmrishi Vedvyas, the organizer of Vedic knowledge, or of some distant cut-off timeline, but recently this revival exercise has been there on the part of Adi Shankaracharya, which tradition is carried forward and is continued with Swami Bharti Krishna Tirthaji Maharaj. Therefore, we sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge to have revival of the Vedic values, have to take blessings, have to take inspiration, have to take all leads from the attempts already initiated and continuing by the lineage of the Shankaracharya. From Adi Shankaracharya to Swami Bharti Krishna Tirthaji Maharaj, and step ahead by the successors of Swami Bharti Krishna Tirthaji Maharaj, the continuing lineage of Shankaracharyas, or our hope, or our conviction with faith that we are already on the right path and a revival is going to be our blissful fruit. This exercise, continuity, as far as I am concerned, is my fortune that I had the privileged state to be at the feet of Shri Shri Pad Babaji Maharaj and Maharshi Mahesh Yogi. For me, inspiration, revival, and all what I could fathom, reach at, comprehend, and what I am sharing is there because of the blessings of Shri Shri Pad Babaji Maharaj and Maharshi Mahesh Yogi. During last 2 years, we have been through many phases and stages of different aspects of values of Vedic mathematics. Today, when we are having a fresh initiative of revisit and consolidation, then naturally the beginning is to be with the text of Ganita Sutras. Vedic mathematics are 16 simple mathematical formulae from the Vedas is the title of the book of Swami Bharati Krishna Tirthaji Maharaj. And here is reproduction of the text of Ganita Sutras as well as Upsutras. Therefore, it is the scripture, it is the prayer, and it is the lead initiative source. One is to begin with this text. One is to begin with these hymns. These hymns are as 16 sutras and 13 upsutras. One shall have recitation of this text as a prayer. This text will get printed and it will make the entire process as a mental process. Vedic mathematics of Ganita Sutras is a mental mathematics. The whole exercise is simply to initiate mind along this organization format of values of mathematics, and rest will be done by the mind itself. Mind has the potentiality to create intelligence field. This intelligence field is to be provided consciousness foundation. It is the function of Chit. Man, Buddhi, Chit and Ahankar. From Chit, there will be an ego. So from mind to knowledge field to consciousness foundation to ego is one sequential progression timeline. However, this timeline, this progression, this sequential organization feature can be given a transcendental direction. The Vedic mathematics provides this inherent structural key. We have to reach at this structural key of Vedic mathematics values lively within the text of Ganita Sutras so that we can have properly, timely diversion for the mundane existence phenomenon to its transcendental lead. The Vedic mathematics, Vedic systems, Vedic knowledge, Vedic sciences, Vedic technologies, and everything what is Vedic is having its core as that the mundane creations format is having a seal in the mundane domain as transcendental origin, which permits transcendence, and as a result, there happens transition and transformation for the mundane existence phenomenon into transcendental existence phenomenon. Once this process gets initiated, then the rest follows of its own as Asht Prakriti from its mundane format to its Chetan consciousness format is the inherent feature. It is this inherent feature of Asht Prakriti which is to be availed, and for it we have simply to be along the Vedic path. And this Vedic path as such is designated as a transcendental meditation path. The transcendental meditation path is of values as is the order of attainment of Lord Brahma, Creator the Supreme, meditating within cavity of his own heart, and with the grace of the transcendental Lord, Lord Brahma transiting and transforming and multiplying as 10 Brahmas in Shivlok. It is this reach from creative four space to transcendental five space which is all what is needed. Rest is to be followed, is to be attained as a natural order by the features of the transcendental domain itself. As such, it is being put to ourselves as that the Ganita Sutra's text has reached us in Devanagari script. Therefore, the prior step of learning and teaching of Vedic mathematics is the learning and teaching of the values of the organization of the Devanagari Varnamala. Devanagari alphabet as such is the prior state and a step ahead, Eka Adhiken Purve, a step ahead are the Ganita Sutras. So Ganita Sutras reach is to be from the Devanagari Varnamala. We will be beginning, we shall be beginning, we have to begin with Devanagari Varnamala, and from its values and features, we will be reaching at the values and features of the mathematical domains of Ganita Sutras as the text of Ganita Sutras and Upsutras are availing the Devanagari alphabet letters, and these letters carry along with them their placement values as well as other features along with them. Therefore, the text of Ganita Sutras as it is a letters text, but the same is to be translated into its numbers values format. Devanagari Varnamala is a consolidated, compactified format. On the uppermost surface is of letters alphabet. Beneath it is numbers alphabet. Still beneath it is Thapatya geometric format. Still beneath it is the Dravya Pravaha, Divya Pravaha, content flow. And then there is a remanifestation and the reach, the transition happens from the creative, mundane creations format to transcendental format. Therefore, the beginning as such is to be from Devanagari alphabet. And step ahead, we have to reach at Ganita Sutras. Therefore, let us have Sihi Avlokan. Let us revisit, and it will emerge as that sequentially we will be reaching as Vedic mathematics domain itself as Vedic Ganita Sutra, Devanagari Varnmala, Ved, Adi Valmiki Ramayana, Urma Bhartam, then Prithvi and Surya, Prakriti and Purush. And this reach as it is will be sequentially taking us to the steps ahead. And these steps ahead are going to be as Brahma and Parbrahm, Triloki and Trimurti. Then we will be having a face-to-face visit to Janam Punjanram Chakra. This 8 steps expression is to be followed by Om, Paranava, Om, Omkar, Udgit, Vashatkar. Sankhya Nishtha and Yoga Nishtha. Prakriti Jai Guna, Guna Guneshu Vartante. It is a step ahead. Then we will be visiting Guna Atit state. We will be aspiring for Brahm Nirvan. We will be having blissful state of Vasudev, Sarvam, Chaturbhuj, Soumya Murti, and Shodashkala Sampurn Krishna. This revisit and this consolidation as a Snehavalokan, as such be taken as the initiation point. Let us have initiation of consolidation in terms of these 16 aspects. And in this light, let us pose to ourselves as to what is our comprehension of existing state of Vedic mathematics and what as per us are the steps needed for revival of original glory of Vedic order. To initiate, we can say to ourselves, Shodh Sansthan Research Institute, Shikshak Shikshan Sansthan Teachers Training Institute, Pathe Pustak Sankalan Vyavastha Textbooks Writing Program, and Mukhya Dhara Anushashan, mainstream discipline of instructions at all levels of education, are the outline of initial 4 steps. Let us sit comfortably. Let us permit our mind to have a revisit, to have a reconsolidation, so that we can reach at the steps needed for revival of the Vedic mathematics, Vedic systems, Vedic knowledge to their original glory. Let me sum up. Sadkhas fulfilled with intensity of urge to revive Vedic mathematics of its original glory shall sit comfortably and have a revisit of the existing state of dissemination of Vedic mathematics values and to reach at consolidation steps needed for revival of Vedic mathematics of its original glory of Vedic order. To initiate, here are outlined 4 aspects, namely establishment of research institute, Institute of Vedic Mathematics Teachers Training, Vedic Mathematics textbooks writing programs, and policy decision for making Vedic mathematics as a mainstream discipline of instructions at all levels of schooling and university education. Further, 16 topics for deep chase are also being tabulated today. Let us visit, let us consolidate, let us approach it with faith. Let our faith have a conviction. Shraddha Nishtha. This is the initiation step. Let us initiate. Let us have a blissful faith with conviction. Thank you very much.